Greetings YouTube, Fuzz here, welcome back to World of Warcraft Legion, and today marks WoW's 13th anniversary, and as usual there's a feat of strength if you log in to your character, but on top of that there's also a few new additions, including some old bosses that have resurfaced. Stay tuned and we'll go and take a look. First things first, then we've got the usual mail, so we'll go and open that and see what's been sent to us by the WoW dev team. Wow, yet another year has gone by for WoW. We wanted to thank you for continuing to play World of Warcraft with us, so here's an anniversary gift to go with your adventures. Probably the same message that you get each year, I can't remember to be honest. And inside our box, our gift package, we get a quest. Increases all experience reputation gains by 13%. Okay, that's good. It's getting 1% higher each year. And a slightly more urgent letter from the Time Walkers. That's part of the quest. We also get 200 Time Warped badge, but no pet by the looks of things this year. So we get this quest, interesting times, where we have to go and meet Historian Lore in the Royal Library. And it looks like I'm not the only one here at the moment. Ah, we get a couple of quests. So we'll hand that one in. I guess that's just a breadcrumb quest. Right, so we can purchase some stuff. That's just our time warp stuff that we can buy. Okay. But let's have a look at the dailies here. Correctly answer one of Lore's questions about the history of Azeroth. Oh, great. I get to test my lore on that. Which musical trinket could be used to invoke spontaneous dancing in others at will? I don't think it's that one. I'm thinking one of these two. Let's go for this one. Ah.
Long live Greymane. I got a bad feeling.
Ah, so you get another question now. What's the question? Crow Treadstrong continue to threaten which specific type of vendor in Shatrath City? Oh, I can't remember that. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I can remember that. I knew that one. And then we get this other quest, the originals. This is ringing a bell. We had something similar to this in the previous anniversary event with quests. Possibly. Right, defeat Lord Kazzak in Blasted Lands, Azuregos in Ashara, and the Dragon of Nightmare at one of the portals in the Emerald Dream. So there should be 4 Dragons of Nightmare. Ysera, and I can't remember the names of the others. But I do remember taking them on back in the day. They're about as challenging as the bosses in Blackwing Lair. So we'll go ahead and accept this. And let's go and have a look at these guys, shall we? And maybe even beat them about a bit. Okay, so don't make my mistake, and the mistake that everybody else here is making. I thought that we'd do the Green Dragon first, the Dragon of Nightmare. And so I flew to Duskwood since it's closest to Stormwind. And after about 10 minutes, I checked Wowhead, and it turns out only 1 Green Dragon spawns per day. No, it keeps respawning, but I mean one of the 4 spawns per day, and that's the one that spawns that day over and over. So you need to check your quest that you've picked up, the originals, and see which location. So it can be Feralus, Hinterlands, Duskwood, or Ashenvale. And today, you can see it's Ashenvale. So that's where we need to go. So here in Duskwood, there's no quest marker indicating the dragon will not be spawning here. So I have told these people in chat, but many of them still seem to want to wait around, I think. So we'll head over to Doom Lord Kazik first, and then we'll move on from there. Fortunately, we've got to go and do Azuregos as well. If I'm remembering correctly, he's over in Ashara, which is quite near Ashenvale. Well, close-ish. Well, I've turned up in Blasted Lands, and here's Doom Lord Kazzak. And, whoa, he seems to be going down quite quickly. So the bosses here manage to drop, or tend to drop, eye level 500 loot. But it can be Titanforged as well, as you'd expect. And you can also use your Seal of Fate in order to get the extra roll. So Lord Kazzak used to cause a lot of problems back in the day. In fact, I remember... Oh, I got an item. You used to be able to, if you was a hunter, kite Kazzak all the way to Stormwind. Now, that was a challenge, but if you did that, oh boy, you could unleash some fun over there. I don't want to do bonus roll. But we got a necklace, which apparently is a little bit of an upgrade. And it's a proper Doom Lord Kazzak necklace as well. Adds fire damage to our auto attacks. Okay, so that's the first boss. Let's move on. Now, honestly, guys, if you haven't flown around Eastern Kingdoms or Kalimdor for a while, then go and make yourself a cup of tea after selecting the flight point. Just coming to Ashenfire from Darnassus took about 10 minutes or so. But there we go. So we'll go to the nice blue circle, and it's dead. So interestingly, for those looking forward to World of Warcraft Classic, I should actually point out that the 4 Dragons of Nightmare didn't come until much later into the vanilla experience. So whether they'll be included or not, I'm not sure. In fact, even Doomlord Kazzak and Azuregos weren't there from the start. Now, they were there earlier than the Dragons of Nightmare, but they weren't there on launch day of World of Warcraft. So it's interesting to think about how Blizzard are going to actually work around those issues and what truly is classic WoW. Because however they answer that question, I can't help but wonder that a lot of people are going to be peed off with them about it, and I don't think they're going to be able to please everyone. So we'll have to see how that turns out. Interestingly, we got the 13th anniversary feature strength, but hopefully you guys that are looking forward to WoW Classic don't really care too much for the achievement system, since it didn't actually come into play until Wrath of the Lich King. Look, there's the first anniversary achievement you could get, the 4th one. So that certainly wasn't part of Classic WoW. Right, let's wait for the respawn. So there's the spawn. And as I said back in the day, these Dragons of Nightmare were about on difficulty par with the Blackwing Lair bosses, which was actually quite a very challenging set of encounters. A lot of people, a lot of guilds broke up trying to clear Blackwing Lair. But things seem a little bit easier today. But then, of course, this is just the anniversary event. And getting pushed all over the place here. Nasty green stuff. You can't even get to the boss. It's funny. Yes, I was a big help in that fight, and I won't be using a bonus loot on these. Let's move over to Azuregos next, or however you say his name. I always felt sorry for Azuregos because he wasn't actually doing anything wrong, was he? Just wandering around Ashara, and then Rage just come and just kill him for no reason. Well, I say no reason, I guess they needed his treasure. And we're off. Look, Azuregos is a neutral enemy, so he was completely and utterly just minding his own business. I'm pretty sure as well, back in the day, that Azuregos was used as part of the Hunter quest, an epic Hunter quest, where you could end up with a pretty decent weapon for killing him, but you would of course have to get a full raid together in order to do so. So, you don't really get world bosses in the same kind of way that you used to. I mean, world bosses work pretty much how this world boss is working now. Just get into Group Finder and just take it down with no real strategy involved. Whereas before, you couldn't do that. Ah, look at that. So this is proper classic loot that's obviously been updated to item level 900. But it is the same items you would have got back in WoW Classic. Oh, careful of the ice, it still hurts you afterwards. So some interesting fights there. Let's go back to Stormwind and hand in. And because this is a daily quest, I can't test this yet because it's still the first day. But it's possible that you might be able to have a chance at killing these for loot every day of the anniversary event. So if you've got ults or any characters that have just dinged level 110, it might be a really good means of starting to gear up quite quickly. But I can't, as I say, I can't confirm that. So I'm just going to go back to the Historian and we'll hand him.
What can I do for you? Let the light of the new
Okay, so it looks like that's it until tomorrow, where we can pop back and, well, pick that quest up again, I guess. Alright then, folks, well, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. And let me know what you think of Blizzard's World of Warcraft 13th anniversary. Probably not as impressive as the 10th anniversary. I think it was the 10th, wasn't it? Where we got to go to Molten Core again. Get a new pet, get a new mount, Core Hound mount. And that was a lot of fun. But still, it's nice to see them doing stuff for the anniversary events other than just giving you a feat of strength, which they have done in the past. I'm guessing as well this is a kind of celebration of the fact that they announced World of Warcraft Classic this year at BlizzCon. So I'm not going to expect this kind of thing every year, but you never know. But anyway, guys, I'm going to finish off then for today. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you soon for more Legion. Goodbye.